Hello, welcome back to Beans. Today we're going to be dealing with the Audi again. Yes, I'm going to try and get a lot more done in this episode. Last episode was a bunch of back and forth. Yes, there were some cool clips, but not an awful lot of interesting stuff. So, yes, at the moment the front end is in the service position. The intercooler pipe coming off the two intercoolers that connect at the central throttle body is also being removed at the moment, at which point will allow us to lock the cams and actually dig in and properly tell the truth on what went wrong with this engine. We'll also be doing a tensioner in this episode, which will be fun. Well, I'm not sure how fun is fun, but I'm going to try and get a lot more done in this video. Mainly because I've been trying to do, one video a week, which just isn't possible at the moment with my full-time job. If for some reason YouTube thinks I'm kind of cool, then maybe I can do it more often. But, for example, big brake kit and all the other stuff, I've just started fitting the comp brake twin manual reservoirs on that car. And plan changes, for example, I can't get an RX-7 diff, despite the fact that I work with them for a reasonable price. So we're going to run an RX-8 diff with an RX-7 carrier. Ooh. Yeah, that does something slightly weird. Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm just staring at the screen on the camera. So anyway, things aside, to be fair, I'm pointing at stuff. I need a better lens. I'm going to try and do it once or twice a month rather than once a week, at which point the videos should hopefully have a lot more content in them and be slightly more interesting. But hey-ho, we'll find out. So, smooth as expected. It slid in, first try. It's lined up down here. Just need to put the crank locking tool in. I've also knocked my washer bottle. It's slowly leaking out from the water pump. But hey-ho. Yes, so these two, well, pretty much. Crank locking tool in. I can then take the cams out and start working on this thing properly. Which, to be fair, if I've got the cams out, I might as well replace the chain. The chain is only 2,000 miles old, but I'm in here. I'm already doing a tensioner. It could have damaged the chain. You might as well do it. Yeah. So, rather than me dilly-dallying, I suppose I should get to it. So, tensioner. To stop the tensioner from exploding in our faces, because we might want to reuse this, I'm going to get new shoes for it. We need a tool, a specialist tool, an Audi tool. Even got a fancy little Audi Volkswagen logo. That is the specialist tool number. Can't see any other. Oh, there we are. But pretty much, hole at the bottom, it's threaded. Tensioner is like a big spring. So to stop it from when you take it out, going and makes it easy to remove the cams, what you can do, you get this, you plonk it in that hole there. Oh, wrong place, in that hole here. Tighten it down. It relieves the pressure off the chain and compresses the little kind of, oil spring-filled shocks. At which point then you can take the cams out easier, replace the tensioner. I will be replacing the tensioner shoes on this case because the tensioner works fine. The tensioner is reasonably new. The shoes, for some reason, have failed. I don't know why. These cars like to do that. But hey-ho, I'll get this out and show you what it looks like once I've compressed it. So, take 47, because I've done this too many times. Tensioner is attached, or it's compressed. You don't want to over-tighten these. Do it till it's snug. Over-tighten them, you'll break the tensioner if you want to reuse it. We want to reuse it in this scenario because it's not that old. It's just the tensioner shoes which have killed themselves. Exhaust cam now should move somewhat freely because, well, we have, no tension anymore. Very nice. I'm going to hope to take the inlet cam out first, and the tensioner comes out with it, so pretty much we'll rotate those out like that. Life will be good. Then we can try and get the exhaust cam out, which will be a pain in the ass, because it means you have to retime the whole engine, but we'll try the inlet cam. If it's the inlet cam tappets, which are causing us issues, then that's good. If it's an exhaust cam, slightly less good, but we'll still get it done. And I guess we'll have a look and see what this car's complaining about. Hopefully it's just an inlet cam. If the exhaust cam, I don't know. I guess I just have to deal with it, don't I? I can't really moan too much. Well, I mean, I can and I will, but it doesn't really get me anywhere. So, as we have a look, see, nothing wrong with the tops of the valves by the looks of it. Having a look here. This guy actuates properly. This guy is rigid and stuck. This guy seems to actuate properly. This one is just a menace. Look at the other side. You can see how free these like to be. I'm pretty sure you can pull it out as well, bit of force. See, pop it out a bit more. And so, yeah, we'll deal with that shortly. It looks like there's a small nick there, doesn't it? Fun. We're trying to get this cam out. It has broken all the Torx bits. I've tried to crack them off in sequence to make them loose. Not loosen them all the way, but like literally it's as easy as you crack. As you loosen it, it cracks. But it has other ideas. I think I might have one more Torx bit left, but it has broken all of these. Got the tensioner out. It was just a pain to get this out. The broken thing. What that one should look like. 3,000, like, not the weakest thing in the world. They are slightly flexible, so the fact that that one's broken is just tough luck. I think we might have one last T30 Torx bit to try, and if that breaks, I guess I'm off to Halfords. So, short, simple and sweet. We have the lack of compression, not because of tappet. Tappets have been removed. Tappets inspected, tappet's good. Angus is a plonger, Angus damaged one of the tappets when he removed it. The tappet wasn't previously damaged. So I have to buy 2 new tappets at least. However, the bad news is obviously leak down test. Into here, intake valves are leaking. Which my conclusion for this is when I had the plenum off and I rebooked the engine, although I did stuff rags and stuff down here, something must have gotten past it somehow, and annoyingly, not quite sealing perfectly on the inlet side. I'm not going to take the heads off and do a whole new valve job on this side. We will still be replacing the tensioner because that is something that has failed, but quite frankly, I just can't really have this car out of action. We've got enough projects on the chopping block to deal with, so we'll get the tensioner shoes. I will try and get some new tappets, which are... I'm not actually getting rs6 tappets because they don't make them anymore, because heaven forbid Audi support a car. We're getting some Audi A8D3 tappets, or the same tappets in the 4.2 litre petrol all-road of the same generation, because I can get those. So that's what's going in it. New tensioner shoes, because I don't want to pay £900 for a tensioner that works fine. And yeah, I guess we'll start throwing it all back together again, annoyingly. And I will just drive the car, and eventually, hopefully, it'll clear up, because it's become more consistently running nice, but it was just an issue that I thought I would investigate, and, well, hey, bad news. Yeah, I guess let's start throwing it back together. So, nice bomb site, trying to get engine harness and clocks talking to each other in this car, and do an rs6. Regardless of the fact, this is making me pull my hair out. No, brain, that one is. I'm very ill. Terribly sorry. I probably sound quite off. My voice isn't the best. I'm not sure what I've got, but hey ho, life goes round. Can't get these from Audi, so you have to buy them from a third-party supplier. So this is what I've bought. They are from Germany or China, probably China, but apparently shipped from Germany. These are what they allegedly trust in the forums. They're meant to be this coffee colour, and you can kind of see the difference between new and used. These do seem to be, yeah, I mean, they've got the matching serials on the back side, which is promising, if it focuses. Which is promising. Yes, I've tried to retake this like 20 times, and my voice and my body keep failing me every single time, so we're just going to roll with this one. I need to get the other side, other tensioner timing guide thing on, and then get this in that car, get that in that car, make sure it's all in time, then bolt it all in. Easier said than done. I am dying. Okay, cams are getting timed up. We've got that link's timed up here. This one's one link off. Tensioner is loosely in position. Until these are all timed up, I don't want to bolt anything in, because I won't be able to get it out otherwise. It's a fairly finicky process. So I'll get started on that, and hopefully I'll show you what it's meant to look like when it's all timed up. So, lots of fiddling later. We have a line here, and a line here. And if we count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 15 links, which is what they specify. Well, technically they specify 15 and a half links, which I guess depends on how you want to look at it. But that is what we marked up when we had the cams locked in time. I need to find the gaskets. Half moon seal is in. I did have the other gasket in here briefly, but then when I took this tensioner bracket off because it was out of time, it fell somewhere, and I don't know where it's fallen to. I do need to then clean off the gaskets properly so it actually seals. I need to go and get some RTV so it actually seals properly, because there's a special Audi sealant for the half moon, and there's a special one for the that guy, the metal gasket. But yes, hope it's all timed up now so I can at least start with some of this getting things in the car business. Okay, so all is talked, all is well. I'm going to chuck this in the ultrasonic quickly and then re-grease it. It's got all of this kind of, it's like a weird rubbery debris here, and I'm assuming that's just going to wear the belt unevenly, so might as well get rid of it. Need to get the cam sensor on the back here. I need to lock the cams together so they're both level, but with the cam cog this time, which will make a nice difference. Oh, actually, I've got to get that front plate back on it before I can do that, because otherwise I can't bolt this up properly, or I can't bolt the plate up properly with this or the gear attached. So yes, going through the assembly process slowly. I'll keep you guys posted. Yep, quickly, I know some people would have spotted it. I also found it eventually, thankfully. Yes, I've just done this one up. I forgot to actually put it on in the first place. I'm a big brain, very smart. Okay, so everything's been torqued under the valve cover. Valve cover is now going back on the car. We've torqued both the pulleys back up to 55 Newton meters, given it 2-hole rotations over on the crank, no valved piston kissing, put the bar back in just to make sure it's all level and nothing's slipped out of time. Yes, so it's just dressing the engine back up now to how it was when we found it, and hopefully all is good. So, almost back to where we started. This is pretty much done. Need to secure these in place, plug everything in. We've cranked it over on the starter without the coil packs plugged in to prevent it from starting. No interference-y noises, no scary noises, thankfully. Just need to finish throwing the front end back on, tightening up all the Jubilee clamps, and obviously refabricating the line that I broke at the beginning. The bumper can just remain off for now. I'll drive it around the yard without a bumper if I want to take it up the road again, which, I mean, it's got a full tank of fuel. I don't see why not. We can take it up the road, give it a blast, see how well this car puts down a bit of power. So, everything's plugged in. I'm pretty sure everything's connected other than the MAF sensors. Fluids have been topped up. We have oil and coolant. Oh, wow, look, it's on the floor. That means there's, like, progress. And, oh. Interesting. Anywho. Yes, this needs to go up top. Then I think it's time to start it. We've turned it over by hand once or twice. Seemed alright. Hopefully, our Chinese tensioner pads last. So, let's give this a whirl, shall we? I think everything is in the green. I cannot fit down there, so we're doing it this way. There we are. She's in park. That's power steering pump that's whining. I need power steering fluid. Ew. Yeah, that's power steering pump. Okay, we'll top off the fluid there. So, I discovered something. We have fluid. I think it just got a bunch of air in it when we disconnected some of the lines. So, I'm going to, need to shuffle this car out of here, get it outside, which currently there's the van outside. Yeah, and then I suppose take it for a quick drive around the yard. Hey, look, there's another one. Take it for a quick drive around the yard, make sure it's all good. It did rattle and make some noises on startup, which is expected of this car because it's old and these tensioners are oil pressure controlled. And although these all do work, they do need a bit of persuasion, and once they're all kind of up to snuff and things. Yeah, let's have a tink. What else do I need to do? Double check the bumpers on properly because I haven't put the wheel liners in. Because these bolts here, the 3 ones on each side, aren't actually bolted up all the way. They're just on enough to hold the bumper. Like, that's obvious because you can see how it hasn't pulled it tight there yet. I need to open the door because I feel very dizzy after running that car for 10 seconds. So, for the gym bros out there, we're doing one set of pull the 2-ton barge this way on skates. Sounds a lot easier than, sounds easier than you would have thought? Yeah, I don't know. Turns out, I'm a plonker, forgot to plug in 2 coil packs. So, it's probably one slightly nicer with all 8 cylinders actually firing. Yeah. So the setup is we've got one big old strap. You have a strap. Wrap it around your waist. Like that. You lean back, you crouch down a bit, as if you were doing a bit like a deadlift, except without the hands, because the weight's around the waist. And you're just, to be fair, I need to actually get the proper form. But, Then you crouch, and then as you stand up, you get a tiny bit of movement, and then you rinse and repeat like 20 times, and the car eventually gets the arse end over here. Then I can get it out the side. I probably need to remove the ramps. Anyway, ADHD brain over. Oh wow, a car. And another one. And a car that works. 2 cars in the unit now run. That one, fuck you. So, yes. Car. It's been shuffled over and van is out the way. It's got more than enough power steering fluid in the car now. I've managed to remember to have a securely mounted mount for the camera. And hopefully take you along for a quick spin around the yard in a few circles, hopefully to clean up this power steering and make sure there's nothing weird, leaky, tappety, odd noises going on and it goes through the gears all right. Because with this old car, anything is possible. Alright, so close the door, turn her on. Yep, that's the power steering one. We'll close the window because I don't want to hear that. Yeah, okay, it's complaining about washer fluid at the moment. Yep, I can hear you complaining, car, don't you worry. Well, it went into drive at least. Does take it for a quick spin. Don't want to hit that engine. There we are. So yeah, we'll get it out into this parking lot area and we'll go lock a few times. To be fair, the car's sounding alright at the moment. But obviously we haven't driven it a long distance. I kind of want to get it up to temperature, make sure that nothing weird is happening. That's lock 1. Lock 2. I don't want to get too aggressive with these bumped up lock because the wheel liners aren't plumbed in, because I'm expecting to kind of go in there and revisit this. If we get it up a bit, see if it kicks into second alright. That's second, yep. Yeah. To be fair, this car's a very comfy, quiet car normally. It's other than the startup rattle, which is annoying, but as long as it doesn't last more than 5 seconds, what people say in the forums, it shouldn't really be a big concern. Just slowly over this area. There. come to a stop and put it into neutral. Yeah, it does feel relatively smooth. As I think I mentioned, the valve isn't perfectly cleaned up, but it's significantly better. We've bumped the compression up a fair bit. Yeah, so hopefully all is good. Fingers crossed. We're going to drive this around and try and heat it up a bit. I'm just going to do a few circles of this, which isn't going to be terribly interesting, but mainly because I just want to clean up this power steering pump. Power steering's working absolutely fine, it's just making that noise, which I might, annoyingly, I don't have my good jack, have to jack it up into the air, because sometimes you need to have zero load on it for it to actually bleed itself correctly. So I'm just waiting for it to do another heat cycle, so we're just going to wait for the coolant to get up to temp. Had a quick check of all the fluids, it's alright, and no lights at this point in time. I'm not going to promise that it's going to stay that way, but sounds alright. Alright, a few minutes later, it appears to be maintaining 90 degrees. Oil temp has not come up yet, but really, as long as it keeps maintaining it, we'll shove the camera back in the mount. To be fair, I say the camera, it's an iPhone, I'm not going to lie. We'll put the camera back in its phone mount and potentially take it for a quick spin around the local area. But no, so far it's quite smooth. Don't want to speak too soon. At least I have fixed one thing properly. The tappets weren't an issue, it was just that tensioner pads. So hopefully, battery smoothness, fingers crossed. It hasn't complained and it's up to temperature now, so you just have to make sure it stays that way. I think, maybe, who knows. Slide this in here. Well, hopefully that's all good. Just gotta wait for a free bit of traffic and hopefully we'll get it out on the road. Temperature's coming out nicely. Sounding alright. I'm just going to try and drive it around, maybe go and grab a nice cup of coffee at Podium, which is it's a car-themed cafe. If you're in the Reading area of England, you'll know exactly what it is, probably. Well, I would have thought you would anyway. Just making sure the coolant temps are alright, making sure oil temperatures are okay. Just doing a little cycle of the general thing. The mount seems to be slipping slightly, which is a bit annoying, but to be expected. I'm not going to hoon it, I'm not going to be an idiot. However tempting it is when you've got, 500 odd horsepower under your foot. I just want to drive this sensibly, and occasionally, when needed, you can put your foot down and have a good noise. The downside of this Motec exhaust is it does drone a bit. I don't know how well the camera will pick it up. So just under 2000 RPM, it will drone quite badly, and it drives my head in. I want to change it. Because it's got the Miltech resonators, and then they've done something quite funky with the back box. Or it's like a, but it's an X pipe into a, what is it? X pipe into just two, I believe they're glass packed resonators, or fiberglass, or whatever some people choose to call them. It still seems to be driving alright. No more whine off of that pump. It turned out once I had bled the system, it was low again, so put a bit more in there, and hopefully it's all good. I don't really want to drive this car without power steering. Oh, there we go. Kick down for me. This car does that. It really likes to hang onto a gear, which is, I think, when it's been mapped, that's what they've had a slightly more aggressive transmission tune, which I don't personally like. I like the fact that you have all the torque from almost like 1,500 RPM. Sorry, camera cut out there for a funny reason. So, as I was saying, I don't like the map that's on this. Yeah, it's done it again. You let off the throttle, it seems to kick down really early, when it really doesn't need to. Which, I don't know, I prefer to short shift. It has all the torque from about 1,500 revs, but it always wants to kind of try and keep the upper above 2,000, which I'm not sure why that is. Like, it's got more than enough power, so we're in 5th at the moment. If I just put my foot down, there's 60, from 40 to 60. And that's not even a lot of foot, that's a tiny bit of foot, because I want to baby the car. But hopefully, I'll probably get this reverted back to standard. I'm not sure how much you can see through the rain, but it's been alright at the moment. We've got a full tank of fuel, which means I'm a millionaire in this economy. Or by the time the video gets uploaded, at least. There's no real complaints about this. It seems to be alright. I guess I just have to daily drive it for a bit and make sure. Although I think these do have something stupid like 80 litre fuel tank. You know what? I thought I'd do a proper outro. Drive it back up to the unit. To be fair, she needs a clean. But so far, it seems alright. It's idling smoothly now. Still fairly aggressive on the cold starts, but seems absolutely fantastic once she's up to temp. I just gotta hope that it lasts. You can also see where I've had to change the wing. But, still no lights. All is good, I think, maybe. I don't know. Hopefully it lasts. Hopefully you enjoyed some of that crappy driving of mine. I looked at some of the footage. I'm sorry that the gimbal failed all the time. But, I guess this concludes the episode. It is fixed. It is running. Yeah. Thank you. Like and subscribe and all the other fun business.